autism, obesity, diabetes, even depression. They seem like different diseases. But what if they're all symptoms of the same silent breakdown happening in every cell of your body? Fix this one thing and you could reverse them all. Hi everyone, my name is Marc Bates. I'm a metabolic health coach, and this is a highlights presentation of the hidden cause of America's health crisis, why mitochondria matter. Okay, so let's get down to it. America's metabolic crisis has one hidden root cause. The statistics are staggering. 74% of American adults struggle with overweight or obesity. 52% have prediabetes or diabetes. Autism rates have exploded from 1 in 500, 1 in 150 to 1 in 36 children since 2000. Most people see separate epidemics, different diseases requiring different specialists and different treatments. They're wrong. These conditions share a common cellular mechanism that's been hiding in plain sight. The evidence points to a single underlying dysfunction that manifests differently depending on your genetic vulnerabilities and which organ systems break down first. I'm talking about mitochondrial dysfunction. So, what are they? Well, they're the cellular engine behind every chronic disease. Mitochondria are the powerhouses of your cells. They convert food and oxygen into ATP, the energy currency that keeps every biological process running. When mitochondria fail, everything fails. The research reveals the scope of this connection. Mitochondrial dysfunction appears in 5% of autism spectrum disorder cases compared to just 0.01% in the general population. That's a 500-fold increase. Brain studies show lactate doublets, a marker of mitochondrial failure, in 13% of autism participants versus only 1% of typically developing children. The mechanism becomes clear when you understand how modern life attacks these cellular engines from multiple directions. It's a perfect storm of metabolic destruction. 3 primary factors are overwhelming our mitochondria simultaneously. First is dietary overload. When you consume excess refined carbohydrates, you create hyperglycemia and hyperinsulinemia. Your mitochondria receive too much fuel and too little capacity to process it safely. The result? Excess reactive oxygen species, ROSs, that damage mitochondrial membranes and DNA while impairing ATP production. Second, seed oils from industrial agriculture. These omega-6 fatty acids integrate into cell membranes, making them fragile and prone to lipid preoxidation. They literally change the structure of your cellular machinery. And third, environmental toxins are accumulating in our bodies at unprecedented levels. Microplastics now compromise 0.48% of brain tissue by weight, with concentrations rising 50% over just 8 years. These particles may obstruct blood flow in capillaries and interfere with neural connections. Pesticides like glyphosate add another layer of damage. Glyphosate induces loss of mitochondrial membrane potential and reduces cardiolipin concentrations, leading to increased lipid peroxidation and neuronal death. Each toxin attacks mitochondria through different pathways, but they all converge on the same outcome: cellular energy failure. So why do different people get different diseases? Well, the same mitochondrial dysfunction manifests differently based on which cells are most vulnerable. Brain cells have the highest energy demands and limited antioxidant defenses. When mitochondria fail in developing brains, you see autism, ADHD, and neurodevelopmental delays. In muscle and liver cells, mitochondrial dysfunction leads to insulin resistance. Cells can't process glucose efficiently, leading to diabetes and metabolic syndrome. Your genetics determine which systems break first. Someone with mitochondrial DNA mutations might develop autism. Someone with insulin signaling variants might develop diabetes. Same root cause, different manifestation. And the healthcare system has a fundamental flaw, and it's not helping. Our medical system treats these as separate diseases because it's built around organ-specific specialization. Neurologists treat autism with behavior interventions. Endocrinologists treat diabetes with metformin. Psychiatrists treat depression with SSRIs. None of them address the underlying mitochondrial dysfunction driving all these conditions. This approach fails because it treats symptoms rather than causes. You can't fix a cellular energy crisis with drugs that block signaling pathways. The solution requires restoring mitochondrial function through targeted interventions that address root causes. So, we're looking forward to a metabolic medicine revolution. A new model of healthcare is starting to emerge that centers on cellular energy and metabolic function. Instead of treating diseases, we optimize the biological systems that prevent disease. Instead of managing symptoms, we restore the cellular machinery that creates health. This means comprehensive metabolic screening that includes fasting insulin, inflammation markers, and mitochondrial biomarkers. It means functional diagnostics that identifies broken pathways rather than just labeling symptoms. Most importantly, it means interventions that directly support mitochondrial function. Dietary changes that reduce glucose overload and eliminate seed oils. Environmental detox protocols that minimize toxin exposure. Targeted nutrients that support mitochondrial repair and biogenesis. When you restore cellular energy production, the symptoms across multiple organ systems often resolve simultaneously. So what is the path forward? The transformation won't happen overnight. Institutional inertia, economic interests, and cultural programming all resist change. Healthcare systems profit from chronic disease management. Food companies engineer products that create metabolic dysfunction. Regulatory agencies are influenced by industries that benefit from the status quo. But the evidence is becoming impossible to ignore. Patients are demanding root cause solutions. Practitioners are leaving insurance-based models to practice true medicine. The metabolic medicine revolution is already underway. We're discovering that the same interventions that heal individual metabolism also benefit planetary health. Regenerative agriculture that produces nutrient-dense food while building soil, reduced reliance on industrial processing, and plastic packaging. What heals the cell heals the soil. The future of healthcare lies in understanding that chronic diseases aren't separate conditions requiring separate treatments. They're manifestations of a single underlying dysfunction that can be addressed through targeted interventions that restore cellular energy production. When we fix the mitochondria, we fix the patient. When we fix the patient, we fix the system. When we fix the system, we fix the world. The metabolic revolution isn't just about healthcare. It's about reconnecting with the biological principles that sustain life itself. All right, that's the highlights. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you have comments or questions, please leave them in the appropriate section. If you want me to take something a little more depth, let me know. I've got more videos coming up on this very shortly, but I'm always looking for your items of interest because this is a community. I'm here to try and help you get to the answers you want, so let me know what you're looking for. And as always, please like, subscribe, and share this video with someone that you like to help them along their path as well. Appreciate the help, and the channel does appreciate all the support. Thank you very much.